jumping on here with us.
Nah, it's all good, man. I'm feeling that music, man.
Oh, yeah?
Is that what you do on the regular? You DJ on the regular?
Yeah, so, well, full transparency, I'm an accountant for my 9 to 5. But I DJ, you know, I do some events now and then, but we jump on here every Friday and just rock out and have fun. And, you know, my friends were like, yo, let's get some people on here with you. I got Project Pat on, I got Juvenile on. Okay. And so, you know, we said, let's get a comedian on. So, you know, you was a thought that came up as a good person. And I spoke to your boy, your guy, and we put it together.
No, we good. You know what?
Man.
You look like my boy Afro B. You get that a lot sometimes?
Nah, I get a lot. I get Draymond Green and then one other person I can't even think of. Young Dro. I ain't get Afro B yet.
No, really?
But just to let you know, I mean, you know, this ain't no like gossip blog or nothing like that. This is just for fun. We get people on here just to talk to some people we fuck with and talk to them whatever they got going on and things like that. It's just a good time. We ain't trying to make no headlines or nothing like that. And another thing is, you know, I checked out, you know, I don't want to keep asking you the question you already answered before, you know, ask you some different questions, some stuff that you want to talk.
Listen, this is your audience. So whatever you need to know, man, you know.
Yeah. No, but I mean, this first off, you know what I mean? Everybody knows you from Africa, you know, West Africa. But what I was wondering, you know, you from Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, all three, you know, how did that go coming up? Because, you know, they talked about the transition, but how was it when you actually living there? How did that go?
No, it was good. I spent very little bit of my life in Ghana. I spent most of my African life in Liberia. Okay. I did recall spending like 3 years in Nigeria. And I think, I mean, all those 3 countries definitely contributed to getting me who I am today. You know, okay. I think Ghana is my blood. Liberia is like my race. Is where I learned how to cook. You know, is how I know, like, you know, and then I think Nigeria was more of my discipline. I got my discipline from Nigeria. I got my blood in Ghana, and Liberia is like Liberia is where I spend most of my African life. Okay, I got you. So you know, I mean, I definitely take all those 3 countries. That's why I call myself West African, because I think I represent all of the west side of Africa. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm African first. I represent the whole continent. Right. So you moved from, I guess, Liberia at the time to Newark. That was in what, like 87? Something like that, around that time. You know, I moved to Newark around that time. I was probably, I was a young kid, you know, my first, probably 12 years old, something like that, between 11 and 13. Mm-hmm. And the age I was when I moved, and, you know, Newark was, it was great. I mean, I was here, I was in America, I couldn't complain. That's what every African dream of, is to come to America. Right. You know, at least back then. I'm not sure, you know, I'm sure that dreams have changed now with all the crazy shit that's going on. You know, I don't think kids wake up like, I want to go to America as much as it did. Right. You know, in 2010, whatever amount of years it was ago. But yeah, it was just cold as fuck when I came in, man. It was like April, like, I'm like, why is there a refrigerator outside? What is going on? Why? Can y'all turn the AC down outside? Right. Please. But can you talk about how, you know, as a fellow dark-skinned person, I know the struggle, but it's a little different from you. For you, you know, coming from Africa, can you talk about how, you know, when you first got here, they were picking on you? Coming to America just came out, so they had fresh jokes to use. Man, actually, Coming to America didn't even come out yet. It was about to come out. Coming to America came out. It came out in '88, and I was already been in America for like almost close to 2 years when it came out. You know, but when I came to America, like I tell a lot of people, man, I had no idea I was dark skinned until I came here. Right. You know, because back then, like I said, things have changed now. Back then, we didn't see complexion. We never saw complexion. We never looked at each other's hands and compared who's lighter, who's darker. Right. You know? So all that shit, you know, back then, all we cared about for a guy to get a girl, it wasn't much of how. It wasn't even much of looks. It was more, you know, guys with more money got girls. Right. I mean, that's anywhere in the world anyway. You know, Brooklyn guys always got it rough. You know, so it's guys with you know, if you're from a rich family, you most likely gonna have a pretty girl. If you dress nice, we didn't even care back then. Like I said, we wasn't much into name brand clothes. It's just if you had any brand new clothes, if you was in a village, you lived in a village, and all of a sudden one day you just dress in nice clothes, a chick is gonna holler at you. For some reason, it was just a nigga looking clean.
Right.
You got the girls, you know,
right.
and we never cared about the brand. It didn't matter what I'm going back to back then. We didn't care about the brand. Things have changed now. People are into all that stuff now. America has definitely, ruined the whole world with all this branding stuff. And, and when I came here, it was like, I knew to get the girls, I just have to wear some brand new clothes.
Right.
So I remember my first day of school, my mom bought me some brand new clothes. It wasn't a brand name clothes, but it was brand fucking new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told my last interview, I asked somebody what kind of sneakers I had. It wasn't even Puma or like Nike, man. She bought me some sneakers called In Action. But I didn't give a fuck because it was brand new. I just knew that I got some new shit. I'm about to shit on my haters.
Right.
So I go to school and she bought me like a church shirt, like a button-up shirt and some church pants because all I did as a kid, my mother's an evangelist. So we just went to church all the time.
Right.
So even when I was going to school, I still dressed like I was going to church.
Right.
So I got my brand new In Actions on with some brand new church clothes. And I go to school and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to my first day in America. I'm going to school. I got brand new clothes. I'm about to get some bitches.
Right.
Man, they lit my ass up. And like I said, I didn't even know I was dark skinned, right? So I remember hanging out with a bunch of guys, and they're like, you black. I said, of course, we're all black. They said, no, nigga, you black as shit. So then I'm like, what the fuck you mean? And then he took his hand and compared to mine. See, look, I'm browner than yours. I'm like, what the fuck? So then it made it seem to me as if dark was bad. They had me self-conscious about my darkness for a long time. They made it seem like, you black as fuck. Everywhere you go, you black ass, black this. Every kind of thing there was, it was like banana, you black ass banana. A pale grape, you black ass grape. I mean, anything was. Anything they would just add black to it, and that was me. So it was rough. I mean, things did not get better.
But you came up though. So, like I said, I was checking out some of the stuff you were talking about. So you saved up your money. You was working at Domino's and all that.
Yeah, right. So I mean, this time I'm in Philly now. I left Jersey. We moved to Philly. I think summer of '89, we moved to Philly.
Right.
And I know it's my first day. Before I moved to Philly in the summertime, so I had a whole summer to get some money and buy me some brand new clothes. Right. So the whole summer I worked. I worked at Domino's Pizza, fucking delivering pizzas. I was delivering pizzas on a bike. So I was making a lot of tips. I was making tips every night, like $25, $30 a night. So I worked almost every day that summer, saved up a whole bunch of money, went and bought me my fucking Pumas and my Nike, my silk shirt. I thought back then, who was hot back then in '89 was Big Daddy Kane and Kwame, Public Enemy. Those guys were hot. So for some reason, I remember when I got my first real haircut, it was like a box cut. Right. So I got the box cut, and I'm looking exactly like Big Daddy Kane.
Right. So
I remember during the summertime, kids was calling me Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, okay, good. That's good.
Right.
So they call me Big Daddy Kane. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So now I'm Big Daddy Kane. I gotta go get me some silk shirts, and that's all Big Daddy Kane wore was silk shirts. He was one dude that he wore a silk shirt. He wear with a pair of jeans or a pair of dress pants. It didn't matter. Big Daddy Kane had his own style, so I stole this nigga style. You know what I mean? I was and then I needed a Dookie fat chain. So I remember the whole summer I worked, probably saved up a good $1,500.
Right.
I went and bought me some nice clothes, bought me a lot of silk shirts, bought every color, probably 5 good ones for 5 days of the fucking week in school, right? You know what I mean? I had a green, I had blue, I had a red. I'm like, every day I'm gonna shit on this nigga every different day. Right? But at that time, mind you, I'm in a new city. They don't know what I went through back in Newark. I'm like, I could just start as a brand new person. They don't have to know who I am. You know, just I'm gonna buy me a Dookie Fat rope chain. And back then, you could buy like a 10-karat gold chain. It could be thick as hell.
Right.
But it be hollow than a motherfucker, right?
They don't know that though.
They don't know. They just see that fat ass chain. And it would probably cost you about $500 because it was 10-karat gold. Your neck not gonna turn green. But the only thing that niggas knew it was a cheap chain, if they touch your chain, they could feel how hollow it is.
Man,
So
it ain't heavy.
Huh?
It won't be heavy enough.
Hell no, it was hollow. It was empty. Like it was just fucking hollow as hell. Because it's like, it might be fat as hell, but it shit weigh like fucking 3 pounds or 2 pounds, 1 pound.
Right.
So nigga try to touch your chain, you like, don't touch my chain. Because
right.
you don't want the nigga to know that you didn't pay a lot of money for it.
Right.
Because the nigga touch your chain,
they gonna know
how much you pay for the chain. So you always don't want no nigga to touch your chain. You know? So I got my Dookie Fat chain, my box haircut, my silk shirts. All right. And back then, like, you know, most of the foreigners in America around that time were Jamaicans. There wasn't that many Africans yet in America. There was a few here. Philly had some Liberians, a few Ghanaians, a few Nigerians, you know, but like mostly Jamaicans were everywhere. Jamaicans were like the #1 foreigners, black foreigners in America. So it's like Jamaicans and all the Jamaicans guys did, as far as we know, they were all drug dealers.
Right.
So anybody that was dark skinned back then with an accent, he was automatically Jamaican and you sold drugs. Right. So, you know, so when I got to Philly, I'm dark skinned, I'm dressing nice, I got a Dookie Fat chain that's hollow as fuck. They have no idea it's hollow. I have an accent. I have silk shirt on. So most likely I am a fucking drug dealer. So guess what? I let them niggas believe I was a drug dealer.
Right. Let them believe that.
I said, let them believe it. They just couldn't find out what the fucking corner I was on. They could never figure out what corner I was on. The road drug dealers in high school, always like, who this nigga work for? They had no idea I was working for. I was fucking delivering. I was selling anchovies, pepperoni, sausage, ground beef, fucking extra crust pizza. Yes. They had no idea I was dealing pizza for Domino's. That was my boss, motherfuckers. Right. These niggas can't figure out what the fuck corner I'm on. Mind you, I lived in Southwest Philly. South Philly's very rough. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like most drug dealers were known by the corners they stood on. It's different now. Now niggas selling dope online, through Instagram, through DM. Hell Back then, you had to really stand on a corner to sell drugs. You knew niggas by the corners they stood up. Like, that's the nigga. He worked at 60th and Consistent. He works at 55th and Chester Avenue. That's where he works. That's where the nigga, that's his corner. People always like, where the fuck what corner Michael Blackson work on? Nigga, I'm at 912 South Street. That's the address of Domino's fucking. Yeah, Domino's. So, but your coworker was the one who convinced you to go to the first open mic. Yeah, right? Man, my boy named Kevin London. Man, we still, shout out to Kevin. Huh? I said, shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kev. Kev, like, you know, mind you, like, I think 11th grade before I went to 12th grade, usually to have a good 12th grade seat, like 12th grade is like the last year of high school for you. So when you go to the 12th, you want to go out with a band. You want to be the shit in the 12th grade. So from 11th grade to transit to 12th grade, you have to do something memorable. Then when you get to 12th grade, you're already popular. Right. But we don't understand how important it is to be popular in the 12th grade. But you don't want no popular as being beat the fuck up. You know, either like you want a good popularity, whether you fucked a something girl, or whether you just funny as hell, or you a hell of an athlete, or there's something about you that when you get to 12th grade, everybody know who you are. Niggas fucks with you, bitches want to fuck you, and so forth. Right. So that 11th grade to 12th grade transition is so important in America.
Right. It is. It is.
Very important. In Africa, back then when I was a kid, you know who got the bitches? Smart guys, the nerds. If you're smart, you get A's and B's. You don't get B. Because in Africa, when you in class and you taking a test and you get the shit wrong, I don't remember exactly what grade it stopped beating you at, but it beat you up to high school.
Wait. They beat you up for being dumb?
Nigga, I remember fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. I remember sixth grade, I got spanked in sixth grade. Like, let's say you're having a spelling bee, you get the shit wrong, teacher could whoop your ass right in class in front of everybody. You get your ass whooped in front of your own girlfriend. You know how embarrassing it is to get beat up in front of a chick?
That's terrible.
How you gonna ask this bitch out to go fucking play duck, duck, goose? You just got your ass whooped in class.
it ain't gonna work out too good.
Hell no.
So okay. So you did open mic, right? I
did open mic.
So how'd that go? So I'm guessing you didn't just explode off after that, because I remember you had another job after that. So how did that all pan out? You stayed with it?
Yeah, but we understand, and you know, a lot of time, to me, entertainment is a hobby. All right, it's a hobby till you know for a fact this shit is gonna pay your bills. Some niggas quit their jobs too quick. Okay,
right.
Plenty of niggas quit their jobs. Everybody's a fucking rapper, and this nigga, till you become a rapper, nigga, go rap some fucking burgers at KFC, okay? Keep your job till you know this is gonna pay the bills. And trust me, and I worked for a very long time. I didn't stop working, till like next Friday came out. And that was 2000. And mind you, I was on comedy probably every bit of 94, 93, 94. So I went 7 years.
So 7 years.
7 years. In fact, I'm wrong. 2001 was when I stopped. Because I stopped after 2001, 2002, because I remember I was actually my last job before I let go. I worked for the airlines. And I remember during 9/11, I was at work. And 9/11 was September of 2001. So I was done right a few months after that is when I left.
Right. So tell me, is this true? So when you were working at the airline, right? Mm-hmm. And you got the free flights and all that?
Right.
So you flew out to LA.
Yeah, I used to, the main reason I got that job was to just abuse it, take advantage of it. Because I knew what came with the job. And the thing about it, after I did that, a lot of other comedians did it.
Oh, for real?
Naeem, Spank and Naeem.
Naeem is funny. Naeem is funny as hell.
Naeem and Spank used to work for the airlines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They did the same thing.
They all follow my lead because it was a job where you get to fly for free. You need a time off. You could pay other workers to take your time while you're going to do your shows. And most important thing of all, you get to fly free. Your wife, your kids, your mother, your father, everybody fly free.
Oh, damn.
So my mother loved this job. When I left this job, my mother almost disowned me. Even till today, she be like, Mike, can you still get the job back, Mike?
I didn't know the whole family could fly for free. I didn't know that.
Whole family. So, your whole family could fly for free.
So now tell me, is this true though? So you flew out and you got on stage at the Comedy Store, right?
I gotta say, I used to come out. I was off back then. I used to be off Tuesday and Wednesday.
Right.
I work part-time. I work 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Right? 5 days a week. My only days off were Tuesday, Wednesday, because I was new to the job. My seniority was low, so I couldn't get weekends off, which worked out. Because the days I got off, those were the main days that they do like the top urban comedy shows in LA.
Right.
Like, Monday night was the Improv on Melrose that was hosted by D. Ray Davis.
Right.
Tuesday night was Comedy Store in LA, hosted by Guy Torrey. And those two nights were the main nights of like urban comedy, especially the one on Tuesday night. The one Tuesday night, anybody could pop up there. From Dave Chappelle to Chris Rock to Eddie Murphy, any of those guys can pop up any night. So what'll happen Monday I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. So I get off work Monday at 10 a.m. at least twice a month. When I get off work, I would take the 1:50 p.m. flight from Philly to LA every other week. And I would come out, and then, I mean, they won't put me on stage every time, but at least once a month, I'll get a chance to go on stage.
Right.
So I remember going on, and that's how I started going, like Monday night and then Tuesday night at the Comedy Store. And so then, I'm listening.
No. So when you went one of those times, I think Mike Epps was up there, and Ice Cube came, and that's when he first saw you and him.
Yeah, well, actually, Ice Cube went out there with Mike Epps. He came to check out Mike Epps for the first time. Okay. That was his purpose of going. Because Ice Cube was one of those guys that, Ice Cube was such a busy guy. He's one of the guys that, he don't really come out. Right. You know, but he came out that night because I guess he was preparing to do next Friday. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea. I didn't even know. I know I saw the Friday movie. Because this right now we're talking about, this is summer of 99 that we talking about. It's summer of 99. So I remember he came out to see Mike Epps for the first time because he was replacing Chris with Mike. Right. And I just happened to be performing that same night, you know, and so he got the chance to see me and got the chance to see, of course, saw Mike. I think he already accepted Mike already. I'm almost certain Mike already had a role. He just wanted to see Mike stand up. Okay. You know, I'm almost certain that Mike already auditioned for it. Now he wanted to see his stand up. Right. And I just happened to be performing that night. He liked what I did, and then he told the lady that booked the show, find that African guy, let him audition for this. Let him audition for this role. It's like a one little cameo. Right. One thing led to another. And he ended up putting you on next Friday. And I went up there to the audition, man. Gosh, and it's so crazy. You know, is what I went through prior to the audition was the crazy part. You know what I went through. Well, what happened? So I remember when I got the text about, all right, they sent me the script. Okay, just study these lines. Come back next week and come audition for this like 5 p.m. with the casting agent. It was with the casting agent and the director. Right. So I went back home to Philly, and then when I went home that week, me, Kevin Hart, a comedian named Teray Gordon, and the other guy named Buck Wild. Buck Wild is a local Philly guy that was just, this nigga, don't get in this nigga's car. Don't buy no Rolex from him because it's fake. This nigga, even when this nigga's telling the truth, he's lying. He's lying. This nigga so y'all all got together, and what happened? We all got together, was going to do a show in New York that night. We're going to do a show in New York. We all decided to get in it was a show. Even the guy we put the show for is probably still mad at me. It's been 20 years, 21 years. Right? We all decided to get in Buck's car. Okay? Why we chose Buck's car? Probably because his car seemed to be the newest car. So we figured out that let's get in the newest car. We're not gonna have no breakdown. I think it was like a Nissan Maximum or something, you know? Right. This was like 1999, so this car had been like a 95, 96. You know, I think I had like a Ford Taurus back then, but my Ford Taurus was like a 92. I didn't want to take a chance. I'm not sure what the fuck Kev was driving, but whatever it is, we was not getting Kev's car. We definitely wasn't getting into, I don't even think Teray had a car. So we all met up at this place downtown somewhere, left our car there, hop in Buck's car to drive to New York. But all of a sudden, Buck act like he's tired, halfway there, and got me driving his fucking car that's full of so much registrational problems. Registrational problems? Yeah, that's even a word. Title issues, registrational problem. Right? All of a sudden, we're on the New Jersey Turnpike. At this point, we like in Newark, New Jersey, meaning we like fucking 3 exits from fucking New York. Right. We almost there. State trooper goes past, right? And you know, at the end of the day, I know, and this we talking about 20 years ago, and we were still nervous when we see the fucking police. Right. You know what I mean? Here's one time I'm nervous because once I saw the state trooper, I got nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I'm driving Buck's car. Please, I hope this car is not stolen. I hope this nigga got all his papers. What, Lord Jesus, The straight trooper go past. Then when he went past the first time, all he pretty much did was got the license plate, and now he's going through. He's reading the license plate. He's studying it. He played. Let me know what the fuck is going on. So mind you, what we did in Philly back in the day, if you got tickets in your car, okay, if you got a lot of parking tickets, a lot of niggas instead of paying their tickets, once it say accumulate, because when the tickets accumulate, your car gets towed. So what a lot of niggas did was we'll report our license plate stolen, like somebody stole our license plate, and that's why. And then we'll get a new one. Then we'll pretty much start all over. All right. So the license plate this nigga had on his car was a license plate that belonged to somebody else's car that they reported stolen because they had too many tickets. Right. So pretty much, if you read it, if any state trooper read the license plate, if they call it in, it's gonna be under stolen property. Right. So because of that, they thought the car itself was stolen. So man, while we got pulled over with fucking guns. Dead serious. I had no. Mind you, hold on.
It's you,
me,
Kevin.
I'm driving. Buck is next to me. Therese in the back. Kev is behind me.
Okay.
We get pulled over. State trooper, get out the car. Hands up. Mind you, listen. I'm just new to this country. I'm not that new. I've been around for like 10 years. Still, I'm new to police. Like
Right.
In Africa. There's one thing, we don't have too much police brutality back home because for some reason, not just Africa, across the whole world, there's some respect we have for the man with a gun.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think American is the only bold people that actually stand out there and have conversation and argue with these people. In Africa, we don't do that. We don't do that at all. It's a no-no.
Right.
Cop pull you over, sir, I'm sorry, what did I do wrong? Yada yada. But you know, with Africa, all they want is money. I hope them niggas are watching right now. They just want money.
I think it's like that in Mexico too.
Anywhere in Mexico, all the third world countries. You know, only in Europe and America, these niggas pull you over because you did something wrong. Sometimes Africa, they just pull you over just because they want you to give them $10.
Right. So,
mind you,
how did this situation turn out?
Man, this nigga put your hands up, get out the car, driver, do this. I'm new to this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, yo, Mike, you gonna get shot. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Get your hands up, walk backwards. I'm walking forward. Turn to the left, I turn to the right. They're like, Mike, you gonna get shot. I'm like, make a long story short, they got us all in handcuffs. Wanna know whose car this is. Mine, we didn't even know this nigga real name. We call him Buck Wild our whole fucking 10 years on this. We just call the nigga Buck Wild for the fucking years we known him. Right? They said, who calls it? I said, Buck. I was Takashi 69 that nigga right away. They said, who calls this? I said,
straight snitching right off gate.
Nigga, I'm not going to jail for this nigga. I don't know who the fuck. Who calls it? It's Buck's car. Buck who? Buck Wild. So I didn't find that this nigga got a real name to the cop pullers over. Right. And he got like 6 names. So while we on the floor, prior to him, even the cops, we all on the floor. This nigga whispering to us, my name is Aziz White. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Man,
so he give you his real name at this time.
At this time, mind you, I've been telling Joe since 93, 94. I know a nigga for fucking what, 6, 7 years. I'm just not finding out you're Aziz White. Nigga, what the fuck you get Aziz White? Mind you, that's not even his name. I mean, that's the name because it was just too easy to make IDs and get shit to do done. I'm like, there's no way that's your real name. Anyway. But that's what you have on your ID. That's what we have to live with. Nigga, right now, you Buck the fuck wild to me.
Right. But today, that's your name. Buck
nigga
Wild.
said, I'm Aziz. We on the floor. I'm Aziz White.
So did everybody go there? Did they take everybody in?
We all. So mind you, they finally got to know who we are. Okay. You know, I had my little bag. I had a bag I always travel when I did shows. So my bag had my headshots in my bag. I said, officer, I don't know all these niggas. I'm just going to do a show. I have my headshot. I'm trying to save myself. Fuck these niggas right now.
Fuck all of them. You like, fuck all you fuck y'all niggas. I'm trying to make it.
They're laughing at me because my accent was real deep back then. My officer, my headshots are in the trunk. This nigga says his name is Aziz White, but who name is Buck Wild. No Touré. The short nigga in the back. We all comedians. We have a show in New York. So finally, the police, after they realized we're comedians, now they're laughing, but they still got to take us in because we have possession of a stolen property.
Right.
So we all in a holding cell. They didn't really. Once they realized we're comics, it kind of like it wasn't as bad anymore. But we still in a holding cell till they check everybody out. Right. And I think at that point, I had like I was going through a divorce. Like I was married at a young age. I was like 23 years old when I got married, something like that.
Damn.
So at that time, I was going through a really bad separation with my ex because I think I had a restraining order on that bitch, right?
Wait, wait. When you finish this story, can we go back to that whole situation?
No, nigga, hell no. Now the reason why it came out because when the police started like reading everybody's shit out, like who's this person? Because we gave everybody ID, and it's like who got the restraining order on that woman? Everybody like pointing at me, right? Trying to make me like the bitch nigga, right? So, but one thing they didn't really search us, and Buck Wild was known, like I said, this nigga was known to have like fake Rolexes, lie about everything. And one thing he was good with doing, one thing he did back in the day was counterfeit money, right? This nigga had probably about $5,000 in counterfeit money in his pocket.
Oh,
so
no.
We in the holding cell. He's so nervous they're going to eventually search him. Because when we got pulled, when the cops pulled it over, he purposely took the money out of his pocket and threw it on the floor trying to get rid of it. And the officer, dumb motherfucker, not knowing, picked it up like, hey, buddy, you dropped your money.
Give it back to him.
Give him back all the fake $100 bills, right? So we in a holding cell while they checking us out. This nigga think that, they about to search us, all that. So this nigga started chewing the fake money, trying to get rid of the evidence. He's eating his fucking money. Mouth turning green, right? Blue and green. This nigga.
What we all saying?
He trying to make us eat some money too. I'm like, nigga, I'm not hungry. I'm not chewing your fucking money. This nigga trying to make everybody eat money. Make a long story short, right? We ended up like after holding us up for like 7-8 hours. Of course we're gonna go back in the car. It was probably like 6-7 in the morning at this time. We got dropped off at the train station and we found our way home. And the day
nobody got no real charges.
No, but we had to come back to court.
Oh, okay.
So, but the day we had to go to court, it's crazy. The day I had to go to court, guess what? Was the day I had to go for my audition.
Oh shit. So how did that work out?
Man, luckily for me, it's like God had everything planned. I knew my audition was at 5-something p.m. Court was at 9 a.m. in Newark, New Jersey, like almost hour and a half, 2 hours from Philly. Right. And that day, only me and Kev decided to go to court. I remember we rented a car that morning. We left like 6 a.m., went to Newark, went to court at 9 a.m., out of there by like 10:30, 11, and he drove me to the airport and I got there by 1 p.m. to catch a 1:50 p.m. flight. And made it from audition.
That's crazy. You made it. You got the road. That changed your damn life.
Yep, got that road, man. That was a life-changing road.
Story.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to hear that worked out like that, though.
Crazy, man. Buck still called me. I'm about to block. He just called me the other day. I'm like, dog, Buck, don't call my phone.
After that situation, you don't want to deal with it.
Don't call. You're bad news. Till today, the nigga still look the same after all these years doing the same shit on a more higher level now, I'm sure.
No, see now now you really 6'9", and let's say he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Buck is legit. He's not doing that stuff. He's just joking. Michael Blackson is joking.
Listen to me.
He's not doing that.
My first Rolex watch was the fake watch. I didn't know it was fake. Buck made it seem like he get all the Rolex. He make it seem like he used to break. He had somebody that broke in stores and gave him the watch, and this nigga had me on a payment plan for a fake watch.
No.
Swear to God, man, on my kids. You know, I'm coming to the barbershop because he's a pop in the barbershop.
Right.
I'm in the barbershop showing up my Rolex watch. You know, people looking at me and laughing. Like, real niggas look at that watch, and then when I turn around, they probably laugh. I didn't know any better. I just thought I was riding a fucking Rolex.
Right.
I'm paying this nigga like $50 every week. You know, buy here, pay here.
You probably paid off that cost long ago and still paying it.
Nah. I mean, I think that once I realized it was fake, I stopped paying.
Oh, okay.
I said, fuck you, Buck. No more payment. This shit is fake. He's like, man, I didn't know it was fake, nigga. Yes, the fuck you did know.
Yes, you did, nigga. You knew that shit. So you get next Friday, you popping. Everybody know Michael Blackson. You know, you funny as hell. Everybody fucking with you. So that's like in 2000, right?
Mm.
So I know. I mean, I'm kind of jumping ahead. I know you did the Repo movie with Master P, but that was 2006. So what? Right. So in between then, was it Comic View and everything?
Yeah, it was a lot of Comic View in between there.
Okay.
And I don't call nothing I make a mistake, because a lot of time when you the wise thing I was supposed to do after I did Next Friday, because I was so hot and so popping, I was supposed to pack my bags and move to California. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. You know, but the only thing about living in Cali is that in Cali to be seen by executives. You hit the stage you don't make no money. You don't make much money stand up at all. Right. You don't make much money, don't stand up. You're just there because you want to be seen by the right people, and hopefully you'll get on TV and get in a movie or whatever. That's the main reason you come in. You usually do that, and you're not supposed to technically move to. Cali's not a place you come to start your career. It's a place you come to when you have a name for yourself. If you don't have a name, you will get no respect. They're not going to let you on stage. They're going to treat you like shit, you know. And at that time, I mean, I think after being in that movie and get that decent cameo, I was supposed to move. I didn't move because I was so content with just being booked everywhere in the East Coast. I mean, I went from making $500 a show to like $2,500. Every nightclub, everywhere, every place. Like, they were just, you know, they was paying me money. So I was going out there picking up money and saving money and making money. So, you know, after doing that for about 5 years, then I'm like, okay, what's next? Right. Even though, like, you have a certain window. When you're hot, you have a certain window to make moves. Right. If you don't make that move within that window, you could lose that hotness. And I think I lost that heat between like 2000. The movie came out like late 2000. I probably like 2002 to 2006. The heat was gone. But it was gone. Huh?
Well, I mean, you were still. I mean, when you were still on Comic View and stuff, you were still.
Yeah. But you know, at that time, to me, Comic View wasn't like. It wasn't that hard to get on, so I didn't look at it as something too special. But I did what I was doing was keep myself relevant as a comedian, and that is getting on Comic View every year. You know, if you can't get on Def Jam, at least do Comic View, because Comic View, when they air your shit, they air your shit a lot of time. So you you're gonna become popular. That's what I was doing. So I just keep myself. I found a way to keep myself relevant at all times, even until today. You know, I try to do something every year to keep myself relevant. And I mean, my social media alone.
Yeah, you killing now. Like now, you killing. But I want to talk about real quick that Repo movie with Master P. It was you, Master P, AJ Johnson, Cat Williams.
So how that worked? That happened was. So I missed my window. To me, I think I missed that window, but then I tried to give it a shot. In 2004 or 5, around that time, I remember coming to LA. I said, this time I should have done like the first year, you know. But I said, let me come to LA and give it a shot. Like I said, by then I think the heat was kind of gone. I mean, people like Pete, because Pete stayed with the hood, so you know what I'm saying. He knew I was hot. You know what I mean? I was still hot in the streets, not hot to produce, not hot to like producers or like network people, you know. But I was hot in the streets. Right. So what happened was, it was this one guy named BK. And then he had a partner. It was BK, and I forgot his partner's name. These two guys wrote a bunch of movies. They wrote like 3-4 movies, and you know they're trying to sell it. So I know they reached out to Master Pete with these movies. And when they wrote these movies, when they wrote Repo, they wrote Repo with me in mind. Right. Like the script had everything. The script sounded like it was my script. They wrote it like as if Michael Blackson would talk. Right. You know. So when they approached P with the scripts, that's how P got in touch with me, and then he said, "These guys wrote this movie. The first one is Repo. You know, let's do this. You know." And P said, "Hey, read the script. Let me know who all you want to bring in this movie." And I pretty much casted that whole movie myself.
Bro, how did that go with that cast though? You, Leslie Jones, Cat Williams, AJ, that had to be hilarious making that movie.
So what was thinking about Mr. Henderson, who was like ended up being my boss, you know, I recommended Cat. You know, Cat was hot. Cat was hot at the time. Right, I think they just did Friday After Next. Okay. So he was really hot. So you know, I know if he was gonna get Cat, he was gonna cost a lot of money. And a lot of time, what these hood producers when they do a movie, you know, they try to pretty much have you one day. You know, it's like, give us your 1 day fee. And in that 1 day, make a long story short, Cat is in like most of the whole movie, but Cat shot all his scenes in 1 fucking day.
They weren't trying to pay him more than 1 day.
You don't pay more than 1 day, like one man. And what, you know, P kind of like, you know, P, like, to me, well, Tyler Perry is a higher version. You know, Tyler Perry is one guy that can get something done quickly. Right. I mean, he gets something done quickly, what somebody else would take fucking 20 hours to do, 10 hours to do. Tyler Perry would get it done in 30 minutes. Right. You know what I mean? So P is more like the ghetto 5 version of Tyler Perry at that moment. Right. So I remember, like, you know, we got Cat, and my God, we shot all Cat scenes in 1 day. Like with me at that time, I was, you know, it was a humble stage of mine because I'm, like I said, to me, I felt like I was cooled down. And I just needed to start in something. Right. You know, and I think if the movie was shot with like movie cameras, I think it would have did better. They was shot with like, you know, the red, what they used back then. Fucking I forgot the camera they used. But it wasn't the greatest camera, you know, and he didn't spend much on that whole movie. I would probably budget that movie at the most $75,000. And
No, not for the whole movie.
Repo was $75,000.
No.
And Cat got 30,000 of that in 1 day's work.
But you got 12.
Hey, you remember that shit? 12,500. And the only reason why I got another, it was originally $10,000. The reason why it was another $2,500 because I had a show that I had to cancel. So I had to make a nigga pay me for my $2,500 show.
But that's the crazy part is that's about 10 times more than you made for next Friday.
Yes, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
If people don't understand, a lot of times they see in a movie, they think movies don't pay you much money unless you are the main guy. You know, a lot of times you do movies for exposure. You know,
and that's exactly what Next Friday did.
That's to dig me exposure. Right. And then we do a lot of it for exposure because after the movie comes out, that's when you're worth more money. Right. That movie makes you worth more. The more that, you know, and the bigger ones you do, the more you're worth, and you can request a bigger amount from the next person.
I got a question, just kind of off topic a little bit. How is it like in the comedy industry? You know, like with black comedians, I always wonder, like, I can't tell. It seems like y'all are all friends, but I can't really tell. Like who do you rock with? Like, you got Mike Epps, you got You got Cat, you got Kev, you got Chappelle, you got Eddie Murphy, you got Chris Rock. Like, how is it? Like, I feel like y'all, like the comedy industry with black comedians compared to like the music industry, you can kind of tell who rocks with each other.
Yeah,
and
comedy,
like,
man. Honestly, I'm not sure how it goes in the rap world. I would see rappers. I go to all the award show. I go to every BT award show, and when rappers see each other, I see them give love. But you know, rappers have a lot of beef in raps. Right. You know, a lot of beef. Comedy is a few beef, nothing big. I know we've had a few. I mean, we had Cav against Cad. We had Abs against Cav. You had me against Cav. We've had a few beefs, but at the end of the day, comedians, I think we're like one big family.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my God, when we see each other, it's like brotherhood.
Okay, that's good.
We know the grind we went through. Even when we see a bigger person or somebody that's not even as big, that we remember this guy from when we always started out. Because every black comic right now that you watch, from Cedric to Kev to Earthquake, you know, we all been telling jokes since like for over 20 years. Right. You know, to survive in this industry that long, you got to just respect somebody, period, because it's not easy. Right. To last that long, to make a living off of something for this long, you know, and it's just how it is, man. Like, we have so much respect, you know, but like guys that I rock with, you know, and then it'll be like, okay, I might not see Kev on the regular, but when I see Kev, it's like we reminisce to like back in the day when we started. You know, we'll go back to roasting each other quickly. Like Kev is the type of nigga, when you get around Kev, start roasting this nigga right away. Because if you're not, he's gonna start on you.
Right, he's gonna come at you
real quick. He's like, when they're with Mike, like, you know, Mike is like one of my homies. Okay. You know, we was on tour together when the fucking pandemic shit shut everything down. I was on tour with Martin Lawrence, and with the Martin tour was D-Ray Davis. Me and D-Ray like brothers. Okay. You know, we had D-Ray, we had Ricky Smiley. It was me, Ricky Smiley, D-Ray.
Jay Farrell, right?
Who? Jay did some dates. Dion Cole on some dates. But mostly the regular ones that did most of the Martin days is like me, D-Ray, Ricky, and Bruce. Okay. You know,
so are y'all gonna start that back up?
It's gonna every bit of like probably fall of 21.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Are you back working there? Like, how's things
not yet?
going?
No. I mean, I'm gonna try out like the states that are opened up, like Texas opened up, Florida opened up, Georgia, Alabama opened up. I'm gonna go try out like because those comedy clubs are running now. Right. I will go try them out, but you know, it's like social distancing format, so it's like half the room. And so, but I'm gonna give it a shot because honestly, I go another 2 months. I'm not telling jokes. I'm not sure if I want to go back on stage because I'm gonna find other ways to make money in entertainment. And I might not want to go fucking on a plane every fucking other week or every week to go do this. That's why I said to myself, I'm going to go do this shit. I'm going to go to the end of the month and I got to get this. Comedy is my life. I don't want to like let go of that part of my life. Right. You know? So I'm going back to work June 25th. I'll be at the Edison Improv in Dallas, Texas. In Dallas? In Dallas, yeah. And then July, I'll be in Tampa at the Improv. Comedy clubs are still, because they are smaller venues, so they are still going to be running in whatever states open up. Right. You know, I'm in Phoenix. My girl live in Phoenix. I came in Phoenix right now to see my girl. Phoenix, act like they never had Corona.
So look, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people are kind of wondering. It seems like, you know, you got the Titty Tuesday and Thong Thursday, and your girl be with you. Like, how did you manage to get that kind of setup? Like, is she really just cool with all that? Like, how did you get that setup?
You know what? The thing about it, sometimes you meet somebody, and she was like, when I met her, she's just very conservative. Right. You know, but a lot of times, you just got to bring the freak out of them. I feel she was probably one of those that had it in her. It just took the right person to bring it out. And and she knows that if she's going to deal with me, she got to accept me for who I am. And that's how I make my money. Me being crazy, and that's how I make my money. Me that twerking, all that twerking shit, I started that shit before all them niggas started doing it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Is it? And she just had to join. Either join him, you know what I mean? You can't beat him, join him. So,
right.
But I think it's always been in her. It takes the right person to date a person like me. Because
right.
I'm not backing down and I'm not about to change. I'm not about to stop my crazy talk. This is my money. You're not going to fuck out with my money. And it was already in her. I just had to bring it out. So now she's talking like that now.
There you go. So
I caught her on
out.
live. I caught her on live one time trying to make these chicks twerk, and she's like roasting them.
She was by herself?
She was by herself. I was shocked. I'm watching. She's like, is that a tampon sticking out of your ass? I'm like, what the fuck?
So what's the craziest thing you done seen on live on the Tuesdays and Thursdays? What's the craziest
thing? God. Well, dog, when I started Titty Tuesday, the whole idea of Titty Tuesday was just girls come up there with a bra on, I guess that bra size.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then like, you know, I had to stop this. About 2-3 months ago, girls were just pulling out their titties everywhere.
Right. And you can't do that on Instagram, they'll shut you down.
Man, I'm like, and the thing about it, because like right now, if I pull my testicles out, you will get in trouble because this is your life.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got shadow banned. My live was shut down for like a month. I had to like create other pages, you know, but I'm like, ladies, just leave your titties in. I don't need to be breastfed. You know,
he was like Big Fendi. He was in jail like Fendi.
Oh, Big Fendi, you mean?
Yeah, Big Fendi.
Fendi like page got shut down. But here's what I noticed is like if the girl pull her titties out and you are and you allow it, meaning you stay on there with her, then they realize that you're purposely doing this.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
if
so
you take it out, you like, hey, put it
it
away, or you hang up on her, then at least to know it's not your fault.
You got proof. You got proof that hey, I didn't co-sign this. I tried to get them off.
What's happening with me? Like girls just putting the titties out, and I wasn't stopping it. That's why I shut down for 30 days. I never been in jail that long.
You was like, yeah, keep it going, keep it going.
Oh, I had at least before I entered every show, I knew which girl was gonna pull the titties out, and that's what I brought on live.
You brought them on to close the show out.
The headliner always showed me some nipples.
Look, you know what's crazy? Before we got on here, I was like, damn, you know, Mike really just kind of, you know, mostly like cool, have fun shit, and like the interviews I did before, when I was talking like Project Pat and Juvenile, was kind of like a little bit more serious in a way. And then on Tuesday, I saw you was I think it was Tuesday, you was talking with Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
And y'all ended up talking about like money and shit.
Right.
So like I'm an accountant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw you talking about like when you get your money, get your house, get your car, and you figure out how much money you need to retire, I was like, oh, this is good shit. I was like, this is the type of stuff that, you know what I mean, like I can relate to, because a lot of times, you know, like you said, with the rookies, they get their contract, they blow the money, and next thing you know, like that 30 for 30 special broke. And how they blow the money like that. But look, but before we talk about that, what did you do? Like, what was your first big purchase other than your house? What was one of your first big purchases where you just like, let me blow some money?
And when I mean blowing some money, I mean just writing a check was the first one. Let me see, was that? Ooh, that was goddamn. That was my Fisker. God,
you got a Fisker?
I have two of them. Two Fiskers.
Oh shit!
And I have one in the East Coast and one in the West Coast. Now this is how I got two. The first one I bought is when it first came out. I remember Justin Bieber made that car famous.
Right.
I remember when he had got it. He got it for his birthday. I think it was on the Ellen show, some show he was on.
Right.
And then when he got it, he chromed it out and he was driving around Hollywood. I was in the East Coast back then.
Right.
So I remember I was about to buy a car. I was in the verge. I had pretty much driven my Mercedes. I had a 2007 Benz at this time. I had just got my house. I've had my house, because I remember when I built my house back east, I said I have to get a car to go with it. Okay, that was my first. My first check was it was 2008. I bought a 2007 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And what happened with this girl that I bought this car from? At this particular time, that car was worth about, a car that was a year old, it was worth about $80,000. Because brand new, they were like 90, 93, 94.
Right.
So it was a year old, because I was going to buy a Range Rover. I was looking to spend about $40,000. I had $40,000 saved up. I said, I'm going to buy me a car, write a check and own a car. So I was going to buy like a used Range or something like that. And one of my buddies knew this girl in Boston, and I think her man, they had a 2007 S-Class, right? The car's like a year old.
Right,
the 2000 S-Class. This nigga just got locked up. And then when he bought the car, I think he put like half money down on the car. So now the girl is stuck with the car, and she had owed about $52,000 on the car. She couldn't afford a car note at all, and the nigga is in jail. So she had to get rid of it. And he found out about it. So I'm like, damn, this car is worth $75,000, $52,000. I said, so what I did, I took it off her hand and gave her like $3,000. And that was my first real big check.
But at least with that one, you saved some money on that deal, though.
I saved $20,000.
So it won't that bad. It was actually kind of a good move.
Nah, it was a great move, because I'm driving a $75,000 car for $50,000, $52,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I drove that car.
I said you came up.
But that's African. We always trying to come up.
Now look, I'm glad you said that, because now this is, you know how like you got stereotypes, but they're good stereotypes. Like Asians are smart, and Jewish people save money.
Right.
African people, y'all motherfuckers become successful. Like y'all come to America, y'all find a way to make it. Right. Now, do you think a part of that is because of, like, you know, how you came up, and you come here, you see all the opportunity, you just take advantage of it, or like, what do you feel like is the motivator?
Well, it's a combination of opportunities that we don't have back home.
Right.
Right. It's a combination we don't have back home. So that's first.
Right.
You know, I think first opportunity that America's gonna take advantage of is fucking education, free school. Nigga, go to school, get A's and B's, pass, and move on. Right. I mean, they go to high school. They want to fight. They want to do this. I'm like, this is in Africa. It's a privilege to go to school.
Mike, real quick, you know how they do on Instagram. I only got 30 seconds. Can we come back and finish this part right quick?
All right, let's go.
All right,
we back.
We're back. Okay, so you were telling me about, you know, what are the motivations that kind of help for you know, people that Africans, and how y'all get successful when y'all come over.
Yeah, we just try to take advantage of, you know, opportunities.
You were talking about like people want to be fighting and stuff like that.
You know, I just meant going to school, and kids don't show up to school. They show up to school late. In Africa, man, we look forward to going to school. We look forward to going to learn. I mean, I used to I remember being a kid and like studying for a test the night before and being excited about going and passing this test.
Right.
You know, and that's why, I mean, look at the kids that go to school and look at the kids that don't. Go to the prison. What's the percentage of the guys in jail? They didn't do. It was so simple. It's like you got a chance to control your own life, period. Right. You could decide, I hate excuses. People like, you know, grew up in the project, we had nothing, we didn't have this, we had no opportunities. Bullshit. Right. I came to this country with my mother, we had nothing. We lived in people's basement, we lived in shelter home. Okay? Zero. My mom's first job was working. My mom worked at McDonald's, her first job, making $50 a week. And me, her, and my two sisters lived off of that. Till she found a better job and a better job. There is no excuse. I'm sorry. No excuse at all. That's real. You know, in America, I think, I mean, even if you don't have money, they have welfare systems. So you have ways to eat. You could start off, you could not have a job, your mom not have to work and nothing, you still get money. Right. So I don't want to hear excuse from nobody, because I grew up from nothing. I grew up in a shelter home. Shelter home means you don't even have rent. You have nothing.
Right.
We wore hand-me-downs. We wore the clothes that were given by church people to the shelters at times. I lived in Newark. We lived in Newark. I lived in a shelter home for at least a year and a half. And then prior to that, we lived in people's basement. They let us have their basement. Whenever they flush the toilet, the fucking basement stinks. Every time they flush the toilet, we had to run the fuck upstairs.
Right.
For like a year. So I don't never want to hear no excuse from anybody.
So having that struggle though, I mean, do you feel like, so like say for example, you got somebody who came up without much hardship, kind of parents had a good job, money, versus somebody who went through that type of struggle. That person that went through that type of struggle is probably going to be hungrier for the, you know, to make it. So if, I mean, you might know how to answer to this, but like, let's say for somebody out there who is doing well, their kids are growing up well off. What would you say?
You talking about foreigner coming to America?
No, I'm just saying like
anybody,
Americans or whatever. Just you know, because I'm looking at it like, you know, if you got a kid that doesn't know the struggle, what do you feel like is something that you could kind of instill in them to say, okay, even though you didn't come from the struggle, this is something that can help have you, you know, have that passion and have that desire to become something great, even though you don't have to because your parents have money. You know what I mean?
I know, and it's tough, man. I think the most important thing you have to install in the kids is God.
Yeah.
That's first. And, you know, my mother was an evangelist. Fortunately for me, I knew God from a very young age. Yeah. From the time I came out of the womb, it was God, God, God. So I think with God being in your life and in you, it kind of like help you guide away a little bit. Having God in you kind of made you think a little bit before you did anything wrong.
Right.
You know, I think having God in you is, because if the kid has money, everything else, what can you give him? How can you make this kid ready for the real world in the streets? Period. You know what I mean? And he probably will never have to see the streets. Right. You know, but my advice to like successful parents and their kids, you can't just give them all, man. You have to let them work for something. Right. Because you know, if they have no struggle in them, they'll never appreciate nothing they have. Right. Exactly. You know, even like, you know, you got to do that, man. And I try to, you know, I mean, yes, I want, and don't get it wrong, white people are successful because what? They leave money for their children. The kids grow up with money. Very true. All right. Second thing they also do, and black people, we don't do that as well. We don't give a fuck about no life insurance.
No, you're right. We need to do better with that.
Way better. Oh my God. Our parents die and they leave us with nothing but bills. All this motherfucker had to do was get a fucking $30 a month insurance. Bro, and he left $300,000.
Bro, that's the word of the day for today. Get life insurance.
Get life insurance. And trust me, I mean, and it's the cheaper it is, it's cheaper the younger you are. Get it that way. Let's do like the white people. Let's leave some money out. Okay, if you don't want to be all spoiled, y'all can spread the money out. God forbid I die, if I left $1 million for one kid, don't just give all this money to this nigga at one time. Right. Okay. Maybe take $500,000, let him use the money for specific things. Let him get a house with this. You know, he gets this small amount every month, but he needs to go and work. Right. Because you would never
do like Ghost did on Power. He let his son get the money until he graduated from college.
Right. Let it give him a little bit of struggle, man. And it's so sad, but like, you know, most white kids are successful because they came from money. They already got money.
They already got it.
We come out of high school, go to college. Yeah, we start in life with a fucking $50,000 Sally Mae, whoever that bitch name is. That Sally Mae, is that her name?
Already starting out with a loan and no money in the bank.
No money and a loan. So let's try to help our children and so forth. Get life insurance. Anything goes wrong, you leave some money for them. They could have something to start with. At least, you know, that way they don't, because with struggle and poverty comes crime. Right. You know, comes crime. It goes hand to hand. That's why every kid kids in the project end up in jail because they find a way to sell drugs, or go steal, or go rob a bank. You know, let's try to find a way.
It's a cycle.
It keeps going. It keeps going nonstop. You don't want to give them nothing easy, you know. So find a way, let it at least work a little bit for what they have.
Exactly. And Mike, I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you're busy. I know you got stuff to do. But before you go, I just want to know, like, you know, you had a career where, you know, you had Next Friday, you took off, you kind of fizzled down a little bit,
right.
and now you right back up at the top. So for somebody like, you know, a comedian, an actor, a musician, whatever, what's something you would tell them as far as like number one, how to get in, and number two, how to have that longevity like you've had and stay afloat? Like what's something you would tell them?
I mean, it seems now, you know, Hollywood, even with everything, man, it's so much big on who you know. I mean, unfortunately for me, I never knew anybody. Right. I think I grinded everything on my own. You know, like I went to open mic night, and I grinded, and I told jokes, and I went every night, and I run around, pick up my $500. I work my way to $2,500. You know, got a job with the airline, so I could fly around the country, come to LA, hit the stage, end up auditioning for a movie, getting the movie, figuring out what I had to do next and next. Because I never even, the thing about it, I was doing so much for myself as an artist that people thought I was being managed by somebody really, really important, somebody big. They had no idea I was doing all this shit on my own.
Right.
So I got to the point where I almost became unmanageable, because if for somebody to come and manage me, you know, they have to know a lot more than me, because this person is about to get 10% of everything I make. That's what a manager is. A manager get 10% of everything you make, whether it had something to do with it or not. Because you call this nigga your manager, he's entitled to 10% of everything you make. I'm like, I'm not gonna give nobody no 10% of my money that didn't go through on this shit I went through. Now, if you're coming into my life, if you're gonna, you know, I don't mind giving me 10% of, let's say I'm making 100 grand a year. I don't mind giving you 10% of 100 grand I'm making if you're gonna bring me 500. You're gonna bring me more than what I'm making, and it makes sense.
Right. Now I remember,
you know?
I saw you talking about a story where you had a manager that, you know, like for your big events, or you still do?
He's an agent.
Agent.
Yeah, I have no manager.
And then something happened a little shaky.
Right.
So you took him off and you replaced him with your boy.
Right.
Right. And shout out Eric, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Eric. He's cool. I was talking with him. I rock with him. That's a good guy. And but if the other guy comes with a big show or a big tour, you'll still rock with him.
Yeah. I still like. I mean, I wasn't. The thing about it, that agent know that I'm hot in the comedy world, right? So you don't want to lose me as an artist, you know. And so with me telling him, hey, listen, I just told him, I said, listen, I'm no longer exclusive with you because of what happened. I'm not comfortable being exclusive with you. I'm willing to take work from you, you know. And if I like the work, I'll give you your 10%. And that's that. Because usually when you with an agent, you stick with an agent as your exclusive agent. Anybody that want to call you for work, technically supposed to send him to him. Right. You know, but I took that from him. Right. You know, and I pretty much like, all right, I'm gonna work for whoever the hell I want to work for. Whoever brings the money. If two people got the same date, whoever got the most money, so I'm gonna go with. Right. You know, and then the guarantee stuff, the stuff that like keep me working every weekend, which is like the comedy club across the country. You know, that I'm gonna give to my guy. My guy gonna do that. That one's easy, and you know, and that's, believe it or not, that's where most of my money's made. I'm gonna give that to my guy. You know, let him make that money.
That's good stuff.
And then you guys go do the work.
If you get like a movie contract, you shoot it to your lawyer though.
Well, yeah, movies sent to the lawyer because you want to make sure you don't get, you know, these movies, the deals be so weird. Yeah. You know, so that one you gotta give to a professional lawyer. I have a lawyer for that. You know, I have a lawyer that I'll send stuff to, whether it's like, in fact, I have a lawyer right now. You know, we working on a podcast, and she's so damn tough. She actually turned the deal down.
Why?
You know?
It wasn't a good deal?
Huh?
It wasn't a good deal?
To her, it wasn't, but we're going to try to make it work, because the guy that's trying to do this, a friend of a friend, is like, you know what I mean? And this guy, and I mean, she's probably squeezing everything out of this guy. Right. You know, but a lot of times people don't understand. A lot of times things never happen because of stuff like this. Right. You know, and as an artist, you know, you want the lawyer to do her job, you know, but at the same time, if you know this guy's not going to, if he's giving everything he could give this lawyer and he don't want to go anymore, she think it's not a great deal. She want him to like, she want him to like, bend a little bit. Fortunately for me, what I'm supposed to do is something that only Mike could do.
Right.
Luckily for me, it's not something that, okay, you know what? He can be like, I don't think he's going to be like, you know what, fuck Mike. I'm going to get somebody else to do this. Right. But this thing here, Mike, the only one that could make this shit fly. So that's why I think that, they could work some way and make it happen. Right. Right. The end of the day, it's all up to me. I could technically be like, you know what? Come on, Lord, you've been too harsh on him. This all you got. And these guys are friends and friends of friends. But because I got the lawyer started with it, I cannot disrespect her. Right. See,
that's good business. That's good business.
Yeah. I'm like, I gotta let her. She gotta feel like she did her job. Right. So you find a way to work with this lady. Find a way.
You gotta figure it out.
Figure it out. Look,
I just want to appreciate you've been dropping gems, giving us some good stories, man. I appreciate you coming on. Before we get off, man, I gotta recognize the fact that you've been addressing the issues too, man. Everything that's been going on. Right. Rest in peace, Ahmad. Rest in peace, Brianna. Rest in peace, George. I mean, it's crazy out here. Anybody that's out there protesting, man, y'all be safe. We appreciate y'all. I mean, it's real crazy out here, but it's a time where we gotta stick together. And I appreciate you, Mike, for what you're doing, for putting the issues out there and just, addressing issues. Because a lot of entertainers are not touching this. Yeah. And they're kind of dancing around it, and they might put something out there. But I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like for you, you really feel some kind of way about it just based on your post. Because like I said, like I noticed how your most of your posts, your normal posts, and then like the last week, like you really been, on it. So it's good to see. It's good to see.
And trust me, man, I'm the type. I think people come to my page for relief, to laugh. Yeah. To take their mind off stuff like this. And I tried. Like I even tried. Like, let me put something funny on to help get their mind off. But at the same time, eat them in the inside, because I'm like, I like to post what I'm feeling. I like to stay current and post what I'm feeling at this moment. This moment, I'm feeling like this shit's not right. I gotta address it. And the thing about it, man, as much as I crack jokes and do all of that, sometimes I don't realize how many people really look up to me. Yeah, there are a lot. People look at me as a role model, and sometimes I don't think about that. I know I'm wild on social media and I go crazy, but I still got a heart and I still care. And and I know what Black has been through in America from slavery till now. And this shit's still going on. And without Black Americans, I won't be nowhere where I am. Nowhere. When I started comedy, I started out open mic in the comedy clubs where you could go the white audience route or you go the Black audience route. Right. And I end up choosing the Black route. Right. I'm not, but don't get it wrong, and then later on, white people came on. Now they are like, they're starting to get to know me. They're starting, what I'm saying? But I had to go with my people first. These guys, because they embraced me from the day one of comedy. And, since then, they pay my bills. Right. And even when I came as a kid, a lot of time Africans come here, they go through a bad experience. Whether it's a Black American, and then all of a sudden Blacks would think that Africans don't like them because we think we're better than them, yada yada. A lot of time it just getting to understand people. I've been in the country long enough as a kid, to know that sometimes kids could be a little ignorant. There's kids across the board. Doesn't matter where you are. Right. And if I would have probably came to Africa, the struggle that I went through my first year, how kids made fun of me and clown me, and if I would have just turned around and went back home, like right away, I probably would have hated Americans. Like, oh my God, these are mean. But I stuck around and got to understand, everybody for who they are. Like, I understand the Black kids, like I understand the Mexican, I understand the whites, and I accepted everybody for who they are. A lot of times when you don't understand things, and that's some of the things that's going on with this whole white cops that they don't understand. Like they don't understand black hood kids.
Right.
They don't. You know, sometimes they might talk loud because that's just how loud we talk. That doesn't mean they're being aggressive.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just like I talk loud now. If I talk like this, okay, you probably gonna think I'm being aggressive. I'm like, I'm just a loud person.
Right.
See, we have to understand and study each other. You know, that's why I think with this whole cop situation, I think in the meantime, I think they should just put black cops in black neighborhoods because if this white guy don't understand this black kids, don't put him there because when you don't understand, you act like you're fear, and then we fear you, anything could go wrong.
Yep. You are spot on with that one right there. You got white cops that cannot relate to these young black kids at all.
At all. Put them in the fucking hood somewhere in Tampa. You know what I mean? It would take up, like one of my homies is a cop. He's a black cop in Orlando. He's so down to earth because he understands. You know, don't get me, he's still about the law. And the thing about it, if a cop catch you as a drug dealer, he know. And then you can't, you know, he's not gonna risk his job for you, but he know how to handle you because he's from there. He understands you. Yeah. Put people around people, especially when they have guns. You know, you can't bring some nerd to hang out with some geeks. I mean, you can't bring no nerd to hang out with some thugs. Yeah. You know, bring a guy that understands them to hang out with them. You know, I mean, a lot of times, I think a lot of people. I remember 2 guys I went to school with, 2 these kids. I think we're like Italian. I'm not sure what race they were. This was like 8th and 9th grade, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade in Jersey. I went to school with. You know, I know one of them was a kid that got bullied a lot and ended up being a cop. A lot of times, kids that get bullied purposely want to be a cop so they could have a gun and feel like they're tough.
That's true. You know, and those be the ones that like that guy that just damn killed George Floyd. He probably was a nerd.
Yes.
He probably used to get beat up
all the time. Got teased, got beat up.
Okay, I got some power now. I'm about to use this power, and now we got a fucking nationwide protest and people showing. You know, we tired of this shit. Like, we tired. You know, we tried the peaceful route. We tried. Kaepernick took a knee. They complain about that. You know what I mean?
Tell you right now, hey, I'm telling you, now they really know that Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Look what I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not, all this is not from just George now. It's on, now everything that's happening goes all the way back to fucking Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And everybody that lost their life, you know, through racist police or racist people, or whatever it is. Now America finally see that Black Lives Matter. They took one life of a guy that was not even no senator. He wasn't he is the normal black guy, probably. I'm not sure what he did for a living. Now this one life, now we know how important this one life was. Because look what it's done. Yeah. Destroyed the whole country.
And what was so bad about it was, number 1, is broad daylight. Number 2, it was 4 cops. Number 3, he had his knee on him for 7 to 10 minutes. So you put all that together, you know, Black Americans looking at that like he doesn't give a fuck, like he did that on purpose.
Yeah, he did on purpose.
You know what I mean? So you put all that together, and it's like, no, it can't go like this. It can't go like this.
My thing, what happened? I mean, if they're saying, I'm not sure what happened. If they're saying that, are they saying he was resisting arrest? Is that what they're saying?
Well, okay. This is what I got, right? First of all, they said he was going to use a counterfeit check or you know what I mean? Like, he didn't even do it yet. And this is still allegedly.
So they got a tip about somebody going to go use counterfeit something?
Right. So you know, the thing that's so bad about it is when they showed the new footage, it was like there was no struggle. You know, he got out the car, whatever. They arrested him. They got him down. And the thing is, they could have been put him in the car. They could have just put him in the car. Like, why are you having him down like this for so long? Like, what are you doing? They could have been put him in the car. So I just don't understand why. I mean, I saw information, but that's all I know.
The latest video I saw was they had him in a car, they had him in the car, and it sounded like, I'm not sure, you couldn't see what's going on in the car. They just see like he was being attacked.
Right.
So I'm not sure whether he wasn't trying to sit in the car. I'm not sure what it was. And I think they closed one door, then they went to the other side of the door is when the tape stopped. That's the latest tape. When we hang up, I think look on Earthquake's page or whatever. But the latest video they got him, because I was wondering how he left from the sidewalk. You saw the sidewalk one, right? Where he's on the sidewalk in the handcuffs on the sidewalk. And the police talking to him. So I don't know what happened after that. After that, I just saw a video where I guess they put him in the car, but maybe it was a struggle in the car. I'm not.
Yeah, that's what people in the comments are saying. They were beating him in the car too. That's what they're saying. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But you know, like I said, man, we don't know the whole story. All we know is something ain't right. You know, shit can't keep going like this. I appreciate you for speaking out on it, man.
Yeah.
I'm congratulations for your career, man. You've been an inspiration. You funny as hell. I know you heard that a million times.
Appreciate it, man.
You know what I mean? So tell the people what you got on deck. Like what's coming up?
Man, shit. Well, like I said, I'm close. Hopefully, I lock down this podcast so you guys can pretty much hear me every week.
Yeah.
I want to. Of course, we got Coming to America coming out Christmas. Come to America too.
Speaking of that, real quick. So I heard you say that didn't Eddie Murphy recommend you to be in that?
Yes, he did, man. You know, I think when they wrote the part that I did, I think when they wrote that part, it was written for me. That's what they told me on set. Yeah. You know, so I'm excited. The script is great. I'm gonna love this movie.
When is it supposed to come out?
It was Christmas, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, this whole pandemic shit is over with. Everybody can go to the theaters, you know. But looking at Christmas was the date supposed to come out, so I'm looking forward to that. This summer supposed to have Meet the Blacks too, but we don't know what's going on with that.
Who's is that Lil Duval and Mike Epps?
Duval, Epps, myself, Cat Williams.
Oh, Cat. How's Cat doing?
Nah, it was good. Cat's like the bad guy in this, man. So, yeah, this movie is a lot of fun. Are you gonna do a Netflix special? I want to. I'm just waiting for the right deal. You know, after the niggas started giving out $20 million, I'm like, shit, where's my money? So
I saw you say you were gonna shoot it yourself, then sell it.
That's the plan. So I mean, it's always best for you to, like, you know, you want to guarantee money. You don't want to go spending, you know, a couple of $100,000 and then you can bullshit. It's always best to get some real money to do it first. You know, but as soon as this whole pandemic shit over, I shot something last December. You know, I haven't looked at an edit yet to see if I like it. If I like it, I'll probably sell that. If I don't like it, I'm gonna wait till this whole shit is over with and then go shoot it.
Okay, I got you. So we got Meet the Blacks.
I got Meet the Blacks too. I got Come to America Christmas. Now during this pandemic, and it's probably gonna be over with soon, but I want to do an OnlyFans page. But my OnlyFans page, listen, it's be more like the behind the scenes of my life.
Okay.
I think me and my girl has the most interesting life that y'all don't get to see.
Bruh, do it.
And I think I want to do it. So I'm thinking about it. I mean,
I'm glad you're thinking that route. You're not taking the Casanova route. Did you see that?
Right. I'm not subscribed to this page. I'm not subscribed to no OnlyFans. You know, but I'm not going his route. I'm going my route would be family related, but it's shit you don't see every day. Okay, like this Asian chick tried to make some fufu yesterday, and really the shit is still here. I'm not eating that motherfucker. So they'll get to see some interesting things. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about that. You know, so we'll see what happens. But besides that,
so you got the OnlyFans potentially,
right?
You got Coming to America 2.
Mm-hmm.
You got Meet the Blacks 2,
mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna be back on tour. So you said, I'm sorry, you told me, I think it's the Texas date you got coming up, right?
Right. I got it June 25th weekend. I'll be at the Edison Improv, and in July I'm at a Tampa Improv in July.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm just gonna stick with. I'm probably gonna go out twice a month and hit like the states that are open right now.
Okay, I got you.
Just so I don't fucking lose this comedy.
No,
channel.
man, don't let the pandemic get you off your track, man. You hilarious. This is your gift. This is what you here for. Please keep bringing us the comedy, man.
I got you.
We appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you for this. And blessings on everything that you're doing.
Appreciate that, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Peace out. Yep.
All right.